Hello world, Bettina, Carey here, broadcasting out of Seattle, Washington. It's a small world after all, and we're all in this together. And today I'm actually here with Illuminating Women Founder Nichols Hicks to talk to you about moving confident women forward. Jill is so passionate about women, and she is concerned and believes in the importance of health and wellness for physical, spiritual, mental self-care, and in strengthening women. In 2014, Jill had a vision to bring women together by building a community for connection, education, and empowerment, helping women experience more enlightened lives through encouragement and support of other women. Illuminating Women was born with the help of many women, and it continues to grow throughout the Puget Sound area with a community of over 1,500 women providing quality programming, supportive community, and fun engagement. In 2017, Illuminating Women became an LLC with over 100 invested members. Through Jill's leadership, Illuminating Women hosts yearly women's empowerment conferences, bridging women entrepreneurs to women working in the corporate world to women in transition. Welcome, Jill. You are a woman cut from the same cloth as myself, and I'm excited to welcome you here today because you are one woman transforming the lives of many women. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here. It is a deep pleasure.
Yes, and we have a lot to talk about. And so I wanted to ask you, my first question right out of the gate was, what drove you to start Illuminating Women in the first place?
You know, Bettina, I am an entrepreneur, and I was out networking 6 to 8 times a week. And what I saw is that I never really got to know some of the other people in the group, and especially women who seem to have to work harder because they had children to take care of. They had older parents they were still caring for, and they were involved in their communities. And so I just said, you know, I know you sell insurance, but I don't know a whole lot about you. So I just came up with this idea, hey, let's bring women together and let's get them to talk about themselves. You know, I want to know, where were you born and raised? You know, what are your passions? What fires you up? Just to talk about some of those really intimate, special things that make us all human and make us women. And then share some things about insurance or esthetician or whatever profession you're in. Teach us 3 things, because I don't always know a lot of that. And it's like, wow, because I believe strongly the more that women are educated, it encourages them and it empowers them to live the life they want. And we do that together. We do that as our community.
Yes, and over the years, you've managed to go from probably doing 1 networking event to doing 2, to doing 3, to doing 4, to doing annual events and weekly events and bi-weekly events. And so it's quite a large community of women, and you're satisfying them in all areas of life. You're satisfying them for happy hour timeframes. Even during our distancing right now, you're doing Zoom calls, lunch and happy hours, and you name it. You know, that is a lot to uphold. How do you do it? How do you keep it all going?
Oh, you know, to be really honest, it is because of the women in this organization. It's the women in this group. They are the ones that I think about when I wake up in the morning, and I feel their pain, and I see that, and I want to rejoice with their successes. And we need to stick together more than ever. And so I am intentional with all of our membership. We have a lot of expertise in our membership to bring them together to share from that pool. So whatever golden nuggets you can take from any of our gatherings so that you can launch yourself to the next trajectory on your goals for your personal development and your professional growth. And we do that again as a community. So I listen to what the women are saying. I listen to what they're sharing. And we come together on these calls. And before I record them, we have a YouTube, Illuminating Women YouTube channel. Go check it out. You can get all kinds of great education from LinkedIn to Zoom trainings to meditation to even how to meditate with your dog and get your dog calm. You know, this is the expertise of the women in this group. And so we gather together so that we can still still check in, right? Because a lot of us are at home, and we're just, this is a whole new world we're living in with this pandemic. And where it's so vitally important that we still keep that face-to-face connection. We may not be able to hug, but we sure can hug virtually. And that's what we're
Yes.
here about. It's lift each other up, because when women are lifted up, communities are better, our world is better. And I stand by that over and over again. And it's so beautiful to watch it unfold.
Yes, I totally agree with you 100%. So this is a membership-based organization, and of course you are relying on volunteers as well to keep this group going. What else kind of keeps and uplifts this group to have lasted all of these years?
Well, just like in any organization, there is always going to be a revolving door because of where a woman is at her time and place in her life. And sometimes they come back in because they've had to go out to deal with some other duties in their life, or with some of their own, like I love what Kelly McNeils talks about, your messy, imperfect life, that the perfect imperfectness and the mess that we sometimes have, which is beautiful. We hold a sacred and safe place for women to come to just be. And we're not a women's business group. We are truly a women's empowerment group. I'm bridging that woman entrepreneur to the woman who is a dental hygienist, a school teacher. I have a gal that works at Alaska, or a stay-at-home mom. And we have a lot of women in transition, because women oftentimes, they work corporate and they're like, I'm ready for something else. My kids are out the door. I want something else. And we have younger women coming in that just really give us a lot of wonderful juice. So it has stayed this way because of the programming, because of the women, and because of the vision. We have this vision for women, and nobody's perfect in here. We just celebrate where women are. And that's why we have been mindful again about the program we do, because we do an event called, we used to do when we could meet in person, and we'll get back there again. It was so exciting. It's called Brick and Mortar, where we went into a woman-owned business, and we had a woman that had a home-based business, and we would have them talk and share, what is it like to start a business? What were the highs, the lows? When were you going to throw in the towel? And when was this a great decision, and who helped you? So those are some of the things that we're doing, that we have done and we will go back to doing, that highlight the amazing things women are doing.
That's fantastic. So you're going to be one of the panelists on our Global Women panel for the upcoming Women's Empowerment Summit, and that's on June the 10th. What can women expect to hear from you on that day?
They're going to hear some rawness. They're going to hear some truth. They're going to hear about mess, and they're going to hear about possibilities and hope. And they're going to understand the importance of linking arms with your sisters, the importance of a sisterhood, and that there are ways to make your dreams realities. And right now, with what we're going through, that means we have to pivot. That means that we have to be creative. That means if we want what we want, and by golly, ladies, we have fought hard and we deserve it. And we have many places for women to be. So we're going to have some wonderful conversations. We're going to get a little deep. It's going to pinch. But in the long run, it's like, wow, you're going to walk out of there feeling, oh my word, I got so much out of here. I am lit up. I'm ready. I'm on fire. I'm going to go for this.
We're thrilled to have you, obviously, and it's a selection of just a certain number of women around the world are doing what we're doing, right? Not everybody wakes up in the morning and gets the call to duty that says, I'm passionate about empowering women, and in my case, around the globe. And you have experiences around the globe as well. So what are some of the biggest challenges that Illuminating Women has faced, besides the obvious right now with COVID?
Well, when it was a group that was just fun, we just got together, had a great time. And it got to a point where it was amazing. This is the word of mouth. This is the power of women. We didn't advertise. We had a private Facebook community, but people would just put on their social media because they were touched and they were moved and they felt the growth and they found the sisterhood. And so when I turned her into an LLC, I had to have extra help that come in for women to do that. But that has been really hard. I chose to make her an LLC instead of a nonprofit because to be honest, I just couldn't deal with all the red tape that a nonprofit was wanting. And I just thought this was the easier thing. Oh boy, biting into a business, and then all of a sudden you're looking at merchant systems and you're looking at, memberships and making certain, because I keep my membership fee low so that the women get so much value and more women can be involved and do things that are strictly just for members. The beauty is we do have events where anybody can come, and we do have events for members only, but it's the opportunity again so that you can meet different people. Because the more people we meet, the more opportunities we get to share of our goods and services or our passions, we illuminate other women. And we do that through our expertise and whatnot that we work on doing. So the challenge has been definitely to make it an LLC, meeting the needs of women and being flexible. And the other thing I've learned is you just walk in with this attitude of, we'll see what's going to happen. And that's where magic happens. I got to tell you, we have had event after event where women sit there and go, whoa, the energy, the vibration, it's elevated. And that's the magic that happens, but it's not always easy. And if you don't think I don't have times where I cry and I think I failed, and then some woman calls me and goes, that was the best thing I've ever done. And it's just like, oh, so we judge, working on our judgment, working on the little itty bitty committees that can kind of go off in here. And that can be the challenging, and women sometimes having struggles with each other. And we work through those, working through those times, because that's how we move forward.
Yes, indeed. And so how can women get a hold of you and join the Illuminating Women program?
Oh, well, we are, you can go to illuminatingwomen.com. We have a website. We also have social media on Instagram, LinkedIn. I have a private LinkedIn group. I also have a private Facebook community group, and you can ask to join that too. And that's where we, especially now, women can shout out, hey, I'm looking for a chalkboard, or I'm looking for a chair, or hey, who do you know? Because that's one of our key words in Illuminating Women. So who do you know? I'm looking for, or I need. And so that's a wonderful way that we do support and help each other. And if I can just share one last story that's really beautiful about our group. So we are a sisterhood and we are a community. There's a woman in our group who had a knee injury, and they were in the process of moving after 30 years in their home. She had her knee injury from skiing. I went to her house to help walk her dog and to just kind of check on her. And she was on a lot of pain medication. And I'm looking around the house. I go, when you got to be out of here? And she says, oh, by the end of the week. And just like a lot of women, I go, well, you need help. Oh, no, we'll do it ourselves. I said, no, you won't. I make one phone call to one of the gals in our group. And in 3 days, we had a horde of women coming in, and we got that woman's house packed, a house that she's lived in for 30 years, packed and ready to go. She stood there with just like this awe. But that's what we do. We come together to support one another in ways that women need it, because we always help each other, and we help our families, and we're always caretakers. And there's times where we need the caretaking ourselves. And that's one of the beauties that we do. And all of it is always challenging, but it's beautiful. It's difficult sometimes in the beginning, messy in the middle, but beautiful in the end.
That's great. Thank you so much for coming here today, Jill, on our Zoom program. It's a small world after all, and we're all in this together. Join us at the Women's Empowerment Summit on June the 10th. It's 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's 12 hours of action-packed programming, and you're not going to want to miss a single minute. So go to the women'sempowermentsummit.com website, or you can visit us at women'sempowermentmarketplace.com to sign up. If you'd like to be on our mailing list, go to your phone and type in women to a text message, type in the number 555-888, and we will put you on our mailing list for future events. It's been a pleasure to have you, Jill. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And
Thank
it's a small
you.
world. So let's just work together in it. Bye for
Amen.
now.